Yo, Stephanie, thank you for the messages. Yeah, the course has been really, really great. You know, the connections with the other men definitely bring up a lot of unexpected stuff. But like I said, it's actually been helping me to kind of push through a lot of the stuff that I have going on right now and helping me just birth a new version of myself into the world, honestly. I love your idea about teaching memes.
Like impatience and just dealing with having two little kids on a very hot day, pushing them around this crowded place. I was just like cool with everything. And like it flowed. And I even saw how like my sister-in-law, she was super impatient and she was like on her last nerve.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest things I have gotten out of working with you is I feel like my nervous system has totally regulated itself, and my ability to that equanimity, like encountering everything with this sense of calmness. Like I don't make a big deal out of things anymore. I realize like how much I made a big deal out of things that were like nothing.
Wow.
And that's one of my favorite things because life is just so much easier now. And my energy, like I can keep that energy for myself. It's not like just getting drained on dealing with the anxiety or the big things that I'm building in my head.
Right. Wow.
So I'm so thankful for that. Like this is really probably the first time in my life I am like this version of not as anxious, not feeling overwhelmed. Like I'm gonna like on my last nerve just gonna fall apart. Because really like the last at least 5 years of my life was that. I felt like I was just it was just everything was too much. It was just too much. I couldn't handle anything. And now I'm just so resilient and so much more at peace. And it's really like, it's that nervous system thing. I really feel like these practices helped my nervous system.
Well, they do. That's exactly.
I think I've understood how it's coming through, and it's because of this confidence and this sort of like new sort of, like I was even relating it to the fact that I don't think I feel that much fear anymore, but but the habit has been on feeling it. So it's almost just knowing that, of course, I have, or I had certain mechanisms that I can now trust, that I don't need them anymore, that I can trust the new ones and I can get comfortable with the new ones and even grow beyond that. So yeah, that has been another interesting finding.
It was amazing, triggering, very for me the whole retreat experience was very simple yet very profound. Through different techniques, different exercises and conversations, we were emphasizing the whole time that we are awesome the way we are, but if we want to live an even happier life, we should live our own truth and not the truth of others.
Nice.
So I thought Stephanie was a fantastic facilitator because she held such a beautiful, safe place for everyone, for all of us. And I think this was especially nice because when you're sharing vulnerable things about yourself, when you are healing some wounds, when you are seeing parts of yourself become conscious from the unconscious beliefs and things like this, it's really important to have a safe space to be able to release these things. I felt so safe and nurtured in this environment with Stephanie. Yeah, I just felt happy and like safe. I felt as if I was not having to do anything I didn't want to, and that I had a sense of control in that way. She just made it seem like things were flowing, which was really nice. I never felt rushed. I always felt heard and seen, and I think that has a lot to do with Stephanie's leadership and her tasks which she had in this course, which I thought were great.
I decided to take the 5 Elements Awakened Man course because I knew I was undergoing a deep transformation in my life and that the core elements I wanted to evolve was me. And that transition was making a lot of stress in my career, in my relationship to my wife. And so I was looking for deeper connection to brotherhood, to share and enter collective healing, as well as practical tools for empowerment. I had met Steph in Pi, and I just loved her radical honesty and no bullshit philosophy. I really love what I found along the journey of the course. The reading and the research into the archetypes gave profound structure to better understanding myself and facing the deep wounds and challenges that Steph allowed me to face and unearth. The physical and sexual tantra practices supported a sort of somatic routine and discipline that I knew I wanted to build over time. But one of the most unexpected revelations for me came from witnessing the work of the brothers and being witnessed by the other men. And I really feel this is something that will ripple in many, many ways into my life, in how I engage as a husband, as a father, as a friend, and as a leader in my work. I want to thank you, Steph, for creating this journey, for holding space, and for your gentle yet determined way to lead us into more mature manhood. I totally recommend this course to any man that has whose time has come to step up for himself and gift his love to the world. Satnam.
Hi, my name is Michael. So I decided to work with Stephanie at the beginning of this year because I had felt that there was something within myself that I still haven't overcome. I had worked with previous mentors in the past who were incredible, and their approach was more adding to myself. But what was unique with Stephanie was that she did a lot of unveiling of things that just no longer served me anymore. And from doing that, she actually went through the feminine frame for myself to actually be able to express more of the masculine within me. And that was a crucial part of my development. The work that we did together was very much a collaboration. You know, she was a great guide and worked with the pace that I was comfortable to work with, and also being a gentle encourager if I felt comfortable going beyond my own expectations. And from having this really healthy approach to the work, I've actually excelled beyond what I had for myself. I came to Stephanie with this really limited mindset of what Tantra was all about. And I come out of it with this wealth of knowledge and this wealth of my own being that has transformed my life completely in all segments. Some of the biggest impacts that I experienced with Stephanie was like one being breath work. It's huge. Cultivating my sexual energy and doing breath work, I feel that my system is so much more clearer, I feel really oxygenated, and I feel that I walk within my steps so much more potently, being much more centered and anchored within my being. And I love breathing. Like, I would never thought I would have been saying that from this course, but breathing is just such a huge part of our lives, and I actually really, really appreciate it. Another thing was just understanding feminine frame and masculine frame and understanding the polarities as well in much more depth. Another huge thing was that Stephanie is incredible with holding space. This was huge for me. Being able to express myself in ways that I don't normally do so and having a container was just amazing for me to be able to get through this development in such a way that has transformed my life. And Stephanie was there to give me more time if I needed it, which was just perfect. Doing this work has just been a game changer. My friendships and my relations with loved ones have just improved so much more. I've attracted a lot more and better work into my life, and my perception of my romantic life is just so much more in depth and healthier. You know, from clearing out the clutter within myself of trauma has just allowed me to come forth more from a heart-based space. And actually, in doing that, I've been able to explore and experience and have a better understanding of all the textures and layers that I can bring towards my love life. From becoming much more intimate with myself has just allowed me to be much more intimate with life. And I feel in doing that, my environment has orchestrated around me rather than me orchestrating around my environment, which has just left me in a state of just being really much more secure and anchored within myself. So if you're curious about this, all I can say to you is I'd encourage you to take the step. This whole process has been fun, it's been amazing, it's been in depth, and Stephanie is just brilliant to work with. So take that step. All the best.